What up, anime people? We're live, anime cookout. What do we got on the grill today, Andrew? What is cooking? What is hot? What is not?
Oh man, it's an original cookout today, man. I mean, I have to say this Saturday cookout it's a good one, man. We had a great feast today. We ate good. Our bellies are full. We're already ready to go to bed. We don't have like 6-5 margaritas and for Cinco de Mayo, and we're just ready to go to sleep now. So with that being said, man, let's go ahead and kick it off, man. All right, so we went all the way back. As we said, we were gonna go ahead and start doing Vinland Saga on Saturday, and we're just holding it off for this week instead of like posting it on a Monday one. So it just eased the burden of everybody having to watch like 5 videos. But so we want to just make sure that we give you the best content possible. Right. So with that being said, let's start off Vinland Saga. It appeared on Monday. I have to say, I think it's episode 17. Road Home is what it's called. And I want to hate Vinland so much. I really do. I would punch it in the face if I'm punching them in the face for a good reason this time. It's because they almost made me cry. I almost shed a single tear. I almost shed a tear. This episode, I have to give it to them, man. This is what they should have been doing in the damn beginning, man. Right, Nick? I mean, like, they got to be doing this from the beginning. They told Gardar's backstory and what happened to him all in like one episode. All in one episode, contained it, and then like moved on, right? And like not even the whole episode was about his background. It was like the last, I want to say, 10 minutes of it, and so impactful, so emotional. It like crescendos so well, man. Like I finally get what these people are talking about. Oh, Vinland Saga, you got to watch it for this reason, this reason, this reason, and this was it.
Yeah,
it started off the episode with Snake and Thorfinn fighting. A great battle scene. Great hand-to-hand combat to a sword. Opened up a little bit of Snake's abilities. Like we kind of saw that. And to me, that's more like Turkish fighting style. The one he started doing a parry, not a parry. That's what I mean. Forward jabs with his sword. It's like real Middle Eastern sort of like Arabic style fighting, which is really nice. It was a really good thing. Awesome content, man. I mean, that it made almost waiting and enduring Vinland Saga for I don't know how long so great, right? And then it just went right into the story of Gerard. It went right into that emotional kicks. Man, it's what they should be doing the whole entire time, it feels like, man. I mean, what do you think, man?
we've been asking for this all season of stop dragging the story. Just give us that hard punch of drama and emotions and then pull away. And that's what this episode was. It was a lot of flooded emotions and it was a really good one. I mean, we said it on our last one. We're going to look at it from a drama eye. And doing that, I mean, we kind of did. And it was very emotional. It was very good in telling of the story, moving the needle like we like to do. But it just also makes you look back of why did it take so long to do this? Like, and I don't know if it's another one we're going to talk about if they've been doing it that way and they realize how successful it is. And so I'm pretty sure it's not just that, but it's like, I'm glad it was a really good one. I'm glad I enjoyed it.
I don't think it was that. I know where you're going at, but I don't think it was that. What I think it is that they're on episode 17. And they're probably only going to go to 20, maybe 21 if we're fortunate. So they got to wrap things up. They got to close stories, close threads, and they probably feel like they rushed it, to be quite truthful. But we feel like y'all should have been doing this from the beginning. Yeah, the whole Thorfinn arc could have been condensed in 2 episodes.
For sure.
If they did it like this.
For sure.
Like 2 episodes. I wish, Dragon Ball Z Kai's.
Yeah.
Where they cut out all the fillers and just leave in the good stuff. I feel like someone needs to do a Vinland Kai. just cut out all that filler stuff and just like condense it into
It-
these 4 or 5 great episodes,
yeah,
and that's just it. Map has the artistic style, man. I mean, like when you were watching that and he was on the wagon, like it was almost watching a
yeah,
movie,
yeah,
it was like dead, almost watching a movie. It was so impactful, man. I mean, I don't know, man. I just love this episode. I'm my star rating. It was 4.9 out of 5.
yeah,
It was just everything that they could have done right. They did it in this episode right there.
yeah.
And like I said, I wanted to hurt it so bad. I wanted like I want to hate you, Vinland. And then they come out, and it's like an abusive relationship. You'll beat me up for 16 episodes, and then like come with flowers, and I'm like,
right,
rosas,
right in the
you
heart.
know.
Yeah,
So it's killer, bro. It's killer. I
yeah.
want to hate
No,
it so bad, but it.
I watched it the way I usually watch it, and then I had to stop, restarted it, and watched it a different
Yeah.
way. And I was like, okay, I can understand and respect what it's doing now. And it did. It was very emotional. You could feel the
Yeah.
emotions of the story they were telling. And so I said, I agree with yours, for sure, your score. Yeah, this is what, if they finish the rest of it off this way, I'll be happy of the ending of
Oh,
it. Yeah.
most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. Like if they finish it in this manner, which I
Yeah.
highly they finish it in this manner, because what's gonna happen is that this is gonna be emotional. This is great. Then it's gonna go straight into some boring talking episode that they had to put in there to fill in some gaps. And I
What were
I,
you
I
at,
hope
man?
not, and I'm hopefully it doesn't. But
Yeah.
I don't put it past them. Let's just put it like that. I don't put it past
Yeah.
them. But you got our scores. Danny 4.9. Everything good about it. The only drawback I can really say was man, I really can't. It's hard. It's hard on this one. It's hard to say there was a drawback because I finished it. I didn't even text you because I wanted to save everything organic to see
For now.
what your
Yeah.
reaction and where we were at on that one. But Vinland Saga season 2, episode 17, The Road Home. Highly recommend. Go jump on it. It's if you haven't been watching it, obviously you're gonna be lost. But go in there, watch it, watch our videos. We covered it extensively. So let's go from there. So Vinland Saga, we loves you, we hates you. Keep on doing a good job. All right.
Still on the
So
grill. We're still
get
on the
your
grill.
you move past macaroni salad,
Yeah.
right? And this episode, you macaroni and cheese. But
Yeah.
somebody spread a little bit of that extra breadcrumbs on there, and we're like,
Yeah.
man, we didn't need that many breadcrumbs, all right? So it's good, but it ain't great.
Yeah.
Let's put it like that. So, all right. So, with that being said, after Vinland Saga, we had a bunch of animes come out. I am finishing up Death Mount Play. Really good. I talked about it last week. It's about a switcheroo. Instead of the hero coming into our world, we actually get the necromancer god into our world, and he's wreaking havoc. It's a very good anime, very gory, very fighting, all of that. Plus, it has a little caveats, a little funny things in there. Tokyo Revengers also they are releasing their subs. So if you're into the subs, which I personally like Tokyo Revenger subs, I think they're really good. It explains a lot of emotions that the Japanese
Oh, you mean
do that
dubs?
we don't catch. Oh, say it again.
You said subs or dubs?
Dub. I
Oh,
said
okay.
sub.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
said
my
sub.
apologies. Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
Thank you,
man,
thank
what
you,
am
thank
I
you for catching.
tripping? Hey,
Because
nah, yeah,
I'm reading it sub
yeah,
dub,
yeah. No,
and
you
I
good.
read
Yeah,
the first thing and it came out
yeah,
sub. Yeah. Dubs is what I like, and it
yeah.
catches the emotional, and that's what we know Tokyo Revengers to be. It's a very emotional anime, has a lot of depth in there. So when you watch it in dub, it's a lot better. I like it. I personally like the dubs for it. So catch it on. It's coming out on Mondays. They're releasing the dub episodes as it goes by. Why Redelia ended up at a mansion in Duke's Mansion. Check it out. Once again, it's on everybody's list. It's getting up there. Vinland. I talked about Vinland. Oh, Chainsaw Man dubs are coming out for it. Let me see if they did the English one. Last week it was yeah, last week it was Portuguese or something like that that came out. Yep. Okay, all of the English ones. Nope, they got it up to. Yep, all of the English ones are out. So English dubs are out and ready to go for Chainsaw Man. So if you want to watch it in English, jump on there for the dubs on that one. Now let's come into Friday. And what did we have on Friday? What came out on Friday, Nick? What did we got?
I don't know. I'll be watching everything on Saturday.
Oh
So
man, look at you, man. You ain't no anime fan. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Nah, I'm just joking, man. So Dr. Stone, New World, man. So season 3, episode 5, Science Vessel Perseus is the episode. They made up a lot for it right there, man. Last episode was pretty dry. I'm not gonna say it was bad, it's just dry, not the kind of Dr. Stone we like. This one, man, I was at the gym. So I'm watching all these at the gym, right? I'm trying to, work out and do this because my time is bonkers right now, right? So I'm at the gym and I'm like working out and I'm like, oh, man, this is a good episode, So I wanted to cheer on, man, especially at the end, man. When old dude Gorin
yeah,
jumps in the water and it starts swimming off. Like, dude, when he's like, "Hey, I'm doing this for the chicks. I'm gonna swim back because I'm just gonna say it's gonna be too far." And then they're like, not crow, but I'm sorry, it starts with T Texius, like jumps in the water, like swims 5 miles in like 2 seconds to pick them up and then swim with them back in the matter of like 10 seconds, but it was really good, man. It had a lot of science in there, had a lot of great information. It was overall a good episode, man. What you think,
yeah.
Nick?
Oh man,
Since you're coming in on season 3.
I loved it. It was funny. It had the what we love about Dr. Stone, the we're gonna make this, we're gonna do this, what turns and tricks they have to do. But man, that part right there, man, that part right there is legit. Like the funny part of it was, and I wanted to bring that up, and I'm glad you did, was when he's whole talking in his head, swimming in the water, and he's just like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna be the king of this." They're gonna be like, "You were so brave. I know you couldn't make it," and then boom, nope, you're gonna be on the ship, bro. It's just
Right. And
like,
they're all like chanting around him saying, way to go, way
yeah,
to go. Don't thank me. He was
it
awesome.
was,
Dude, that was comical at his best,
yeah,
man. It was really, really good. Lot of good, man. It's starting to push the story forward. Good thing. It's episode 5. So it's like pushing the storyboard forward. And that's really great,
yeah,
so we're having a good time on it. It's episode 5, Science Vessel Perseus. If you don't know who Perseus is, I personally say go look it up. It's Greek mythology.
yep.
It's Jason and the Argonauts, man. It's very, very not Jason and the
The one that
Argonauts.
defeated
Yeah,
Medusa.
Perseus defeated Medusa, took on the Kraken. It's a great, great, great Greek mythology tale, man. They do like a bazillion movies over it. So if you're into
Yeah.
the movies, jump in there. So Doctor Stone, season 3, episode 5. I recommend it 100%. If I say I have to give it a score, I'm gonna give it about a 4.3. It was up there. It was a good one.
Yeah.
Kind of slow. Not like a 100% attention grabbing. But it had a lot of good information, got the story going, and I'm excited for it. Got me excited for episode 6. What
Oh yeah,
about you,
no,
Nick?
no.
Where do you put it?
Man, I'll give it about. I was gonna say about 4.2 for me. 4.2, somewhere around there. It had
Okay.
moments of the older the past episodes where it was like, oh, we're gonna go here again with the oil and stuff that doesn't make sense, but then it would
Um,
catch it. And I think what helped me out a lot though too is when they were picking the crew. Just that even though it took a while, it was just funny. Like going through each character's like, oh, like, what's his name? Oh, he starts with a K. Kiro, I think, or uh, the brother of the one that
Um.
was swimming. Um,
Oh no, they're not brothers, but they're
or
like
yeah,
best
his friend,
friends.
or yeah.
Kuri,
Oh,
Kuri,
yeah, when
Kuri,
he was like the
Kuri,
only one
Kuri.
that listened to the rules of wait until your name, and it's like that's been him the whole anime. Is he's like rules are rules,
Yeah,
we have to
yeah,
follow. I'm like this dude to a T is like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta
I
have
enjoyed
that.
it. It
Like,
was
it
funny.
reminds me that. Oh, he reminds me of the trope of the anime, like president of the classroom. You know,
Oh
you
yeah,
got to have that one military guy, that one anime guy who's
yeah,
like super strict on classroom rules and everything. So
yeah.
it feels like that high school vibe because
Hmm.
everyone there is like within high school age. But then like then you got to remember like okay, already 2 years passed by, so they're about adult age by now. You know,
Yeah,
like if he was 17, because I think he was like just about to finish. Yeah, he was third year in season one. So put 2 years on top of that. I mean, you're about 19 years old at this point, you know? So yeah, great anime. Really love it. Dr. Stone. If you haven't, you still got time to jump in there, go watch it. Really, really, really good one. So let me see where are we at with this one. Nope, that's the movie. Okay, they continually throwing up. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Something keeps dropping every single week, and man, I'm like, I don't know what it is. Like something keeps
of course it
dropping.
is. Yeah,
Well, no, I mean like
dang.
we keep seeing it on. I keep seeing it on here, but I don't know what keeps dropping. I gotta look that one up. So let's go on to the legendary hero is dead. Now, if you have not seen this, I don't care who you are. Go watch this. It is lowbrow. If you're into lowbrow comedy, if you're into just general anime comedy, this is it, man. It
Yeah,
has the most funniest things in there. It has every anime quirk thing in there. Really good. I told y'all guys I was gonna jump on there. I was gonna watch it. I did. It was funny. It's good. Go watch it. It's the stupidest premise in the world. I'll be 100% honest with y'all. It's like how they get started. Whole first episode is like, what the hell did I just watch? But it gets better, man. You can start going in there and you start watching it. It gets really good. They're on season one, episode 5. Jump on there. Really great one. Super funny. Has some good action. Has some good comedy. So I think everyone's gonna be pretty pleasantly surprised by it. All right, man. So after that, we got Bakudo's Bad Girls. They are on season 1, episode 5. Motorbikes are symbols of freedom. If you haven't jumped on there, jump on it. You still got some time. It's a little bit of quirkiness. It's good. I like it. I give it, man, basically like a 4.2. I'm starting to get where everybody's coming from. Like, it's great, but not that great. So jump on there if you haven't hit it. All right. So on Saturdays, we typically start watching another one. I'm wondering where the other crown champion is, but I'm not seeing it. But all right, so Mashable, man. So it came out today. It was good. I liked it, man. So um, what are your thoughts, man? Jumping in.
oh man, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter. It literally, and I try not to say it every week. The Quidditch, the houses, the maze of everything. But I look at it in today's episode. There was the Mandrid where they pull out of the plan and they scream and everything. And I was watching it. And I was like, I've seen this before, and I was like, Harry Potter. Here we
Yeah,
go. But they always do a spin of it, and that's what makes it funny. Like cooking, he always made cream puffs somehow, even though the ingredients didn't freaking make any sense. And they would watch him when his Mandrid pretty much blew up and was all going crazy, and everybody's like, just use magic, and he doesn't have it, so he slaps him and just and he falls, big old handprint on him. It was just hilarious. Like, this anime cracks me up, and
Oh
that's
man.
just in the beginning. Like, they're always introducing a new character, but it's always in like a key way. Like, it doesn't just overtake the whole thing. And we got like 2 or 3 new characters in this one.
Yeah.
Um, we got a few of the threading the needle like we like with the other one of the other, I guess, houses.
Uh-huh.
Was it Lidra, I think, or and they're the pure bloods. They want everybody
Oh
pure.
yeah,
They
yeah.
want the pure magic. But I can't remember his name. The guy with the red hair, new character between him
Oh
and
yeah,
the
you are right.
yeah
Yeah, it's like starts with an R.
yeah between him and the new and that chick when he saved her and she's like charming him up and she really didn't have to do nothing because he's just so like weird.
Naturally to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she ends up trying to get Mash, and he's just like, I didn't do nothing. And she's like, I'm gonna do all my skills. She's holding his hand and rubbing it, this and that. And he's like, I don't care. Like, it's just non-existent, doesn't care about her. And there was just so many funny things, like hearing like whenever the guy from Lidra House pretty much like almost like he hit him with like a magic, I don't know if it was stone or
No,
crystals,
iron. Iron.
iron.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it flew up and it hit him, and they were
Mhm.
like, "Oh man, like that's bad." And he didn't even care. He was like, "Oh, I was just hoping my cream puff was still good." Like, and that's all he
Yeah,
cared about was just the damn cream puff.
yeah. And then at the end, he knocks it out of his hand.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man. And then the anime ends. The episode
Yep.
ends. And you're like, oh man, no. I was like, it ended. No, this is good. I was mad, bro. I was mad. So I definitely agree that couple of things. So I was watching it with my family, and they were like, "Oh, that's the dude who looks like from Tokyo Ghoul. That's the dude who looks like from not Baki, um, on My Hero Academia,
Oh,
uh, the one with the grenade hands.
yeah.
Is
Oh
it Baku?
man, I know you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, Biaki. Yeah,
Uh, yeah. So it was hilarious, man. They were just calling out all of the characters that they recognize from other Bakugo.
yeah,
Yeah, they were just calling out all the characters they recognize, and I was like, yeah, you're right. I was like, y'all don't understand. That's the whole point of this. It's called Mashable, and I think the thing is that they just mash everything together, you know.
hmm
So it's like Harry Potter. This is almost a shot for Harry Potter for me, man. She was like, oh yeah, remember that's like Naruto when they go into the forest to get the scrolls, and I was like, yeah, you're right.
Oh, I didn't even
I
put
was
that one
like,
in.
yeah, that right. You didn't even notice it, right?
Yeah, I didn't
Until like
notice it.
somebody brings it out, and you're like, oh yeah, that is like Naruto when they go into the forest to get those scrolls, man. I was like, oh man, I was like, dude, it's entertaining is where I'm coming at. You know, it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, I get it, but it's so entertaining. It's so fun that that makes I love the OP character and it's just fun to watch. And that's just
yeah.
simple as that, man. It's just so fun to watch. So that being said, Mashable, Magic and Mustard. What are you giving, Nick?
I think I'm gonna give it about a 4.5 for me.
All
Um,
right,
and I
4.5.
and
That's a good one.
and I'm giving it that because we got new characters. We're finally, I mean, we always get new characters, but we're getting his team. Kind of seems like it's already built, but we learned about a new house a bit. It's setting up what looks to be a legit war fight, I guess. Finally, and just
Right.
the comedy of it, like the comedy of it has me like legit. It's not like mashed where I'm like it's mashing it together. I'm like, haha, and I just like, all right, I'm do something else. It's like legit. Like, what else? I want to now look at what else are you kind of pulling this from to watch it because there's still the guy that you said reminds you of the guy from Black Clover that's in love with his sister,
Right.
and they
Oh
played a
my
part of that again. And it's just there's just
yeah.
so much. So it's like an I Spy of anime for me, where I'm like, what is this? What is this? What is it? What can
Yeah.
we realize in the next episode?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man. And look, it's gonna come to me the whole them. Okay. You want to know another Harry Potter connection?
Hmm.
All right. What do they all have on their faces?
Those lines,
Right. What did Harry Potter have?
Scar.
Right? I'm
And,
telling
and
you, man. Like you start collecting them all
and
together,
I was
man.
even when the guy was talking about it, like the evil guy with the dolls, he was like, "We're pure bloods," and I was like, "That's Harry Potter." Like literally, Voldemort wanted only pure blood. He didn't
Right?
want you
No
to mate
muggles,
with
man.
Muggle. Yeah, and I was like, "This is legit anime Harry Potter." Right?
I'm telling you, man, it's fun, man. I like it. I like it. It's super, super fun.
No, it's
Uh,
funny. I love it.
yeah. So Mashable, catch it out. Barely on episode 5, so you got time to come in,
Oh,
watch
yeah.
it all. It's very entertaining. You're gonna enjoy it. So jump on there, and then we'll go from there, man. Next week. All right. So, oh, continuation of today, we have Eden Zero, season 2. They're on season 2. Jump in there. My Love Story with Yamada Kun at level 9999. I think they're episode 5 right now, too. Oh, 6, episode 6. So if you haven't gone in there, you haven't watched it, jump in there. I mean, it's a little cool slice of life type of anime. If you're into it, those are your jams. It's there for you. That being said, here's another one that I have not got into, but man, it's really high on the list. It's 4.8. It doesn't hit high on like the anime list, but like if you go on the blogs and you go on in all the other like Twitters and stuff like that, they do talk about Nier Automata version 1.1a. To be truthful, I haven't really I seen it. Oh yeah, first one's checked off. But I didn't like get into it. But everybody says it's good. So it has some 3D modeling in there, and y'all know how I feel about 3D modeling. Not my favorite. But they said it's good. So if you want, jump in there. It's called Automata version 1.1a. Summoned to another world for a second time. It's getting there, man. It's 4.6 on Crunchyroll, so people like it. People like it. But get in there. It's kind of like Vinland started off super strong, and then it's like getting kind of emotional, kind of like drama scenes, and it's kind of like different for an isekai because you're always expecting tropey things in there, and it really didn't have those. So jump in there because it kind of goes with the motif because he's been there a second time. This is his second time coming back. So I think that's why it goes a little into its motif that it's not exhilarating as if you were there the first time. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'll come back. It's his real his real isekai right moment was going into our world, and he lived there for a period of time, and then traveled back to his original world. So that's kind of like his motif, you know. So it's like this is like his world was the fantasy world, right? So just keep that in mind. Now we jump into bam. This episode was bonkers, man. Bonkers. And what are we talking about? We're talking about Hell's Paradise.
Yep.
All right, we had to roll out the. I had to get some ribeyes tonight for this episode because it was so good. I ate me a ribeye, bro. It was delicious. It was delicious, man. I saved it all the way to this one, man. Hell's Paradise season 1, episode 6. Heart and Reason. Haven't watched it? Go watch it. It's awesome. We're gonna spoil it, so just be prepared.
Fact.
So the episode starts off action right off the bat. picks up where last left off on episode 5. Gyun gets half his body ripped apart. Man, dude, and I was gonna try to figure out his name, and I forgot it. I've seen this character before, and maybe you know. So the main antagonist of this episode is a large like humanoid monster type of guy who just his body develops over and over and over. So therefore he's like super like strong. He doesn't understand his abilities. I use a different word for that, but like, hey, I gotta be nice on here. So like we all know what kind of person he is, right? So that being said, you know, don't do that to me, man. Don't do that to me. I'm trying to be serious, man. This is a really good
All right.
episode. And so we use a different word in my time, right? So that being said, I was trying to get his name, man, and I keep forgetting to get his name. And so they definitely they go into Sagi and Gimbabu Gim Gamimaru jump into battle with this dude, and it was great, man. It kind of it kind of built up to this point where we see Sasagi is she's the Yamada's executioner clan. She's one of their part of their clans, and we kind of sort of she starts to get her resolve in this episode, trying to become a master samurai in the blink of an eye, right? So we have to give her credit where her skill set comes in. And they know she's strong. They know she has the skill set. It's just that she's afraid to use it because she has a lot of compassion, which is good, right? And
Yeah.
that's what Gamimato sees in her. Like she's strong, but she has compassion as well. Like, and that's why everybody sees it and everybody says, hey, you're not really cut out for an executioner. You're a great leader. It's just that you're not cut out for an executioner. It's two
Yeah.
different things. And Ginu was kind of made that reference in the episode. He's like, they're not prized, they're not level, they're not leveled. Yeah, yeah, they're not
Yeah.
leveled versus their skill set. It's on how well they can lead. So that's the whole thing behind her
Yeah.
ancestry and her skill set. But man, dude, this episode we see get the crap beat out of him. It was great, man. We see him get double crossed by old ninja chick.
Yeah.
Had a laugh so hard when she was got me out of go, got me. I was like, dude, what a B. I yelled it out, man. I was like, dude, what a B. That was a bad move, bro. Like that was if I got given like to anything, that was a boss move. That was a boss move, man. She
Hmm.
did, man. She did a boss move. And so they get into the fight, they get into the thing, it knocks they ended up defeating him and everything, and then it sort of turns at the end. The two brothers, the King of Thieves and his brother, which was one of the executioners, right? They're defeating the monsters and they come to a realization that hey, they're not actually alone on this island. There are hermits in this island if the stories are true. And so Gamimaru, Sagi, and then the Kunai chick and the and her executioner, they join up at the edge cliff and they see a small town that's been deserted. So obviously some type of life lived there, civilization lived there for a while, right? So that being said, it sort of ends there, and then it ends on this cliffhanger that, oh man, I was watching it with my daughters, and I was like, hey, close your eyes. Well, I mean, one's 18 already, but the
Yeah.
other one, like, hey, I had to look around. Was she still here? Was she still here? And even then, I was like, hey, close your eyes. You don't even see this. It ends on this cliffhanger that was just like bomb, man.
Yeah.
In my book, 4.9. Like this episode was what you said earlier and alluded to earlier. This is what Map need to be doing with all of these Vinland episodes, man.
Yeah.
And those who say, "Oh, this is about drama," well, dude, we had drama. We had it
Yeah.
all in here. It's all in there. Action, drama, comedy. It was all spaced out very well. It feels like they put all their money into this season
Yeah.
versus They put all the good
They
directors
got the money from
to
season
Hell's
one
Paradise.
and then put it to this season on this episode.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
man. So, I mean, what do you think, man? Hell's Paradise. What do you think, man? I
Oh
mean, how
man,
was it for you on this one?
I wrote you before it came out, and I was like, "Hey, people are saying this is really good," and you're like, "How do they know?" And I was like, "They're just saying the pictures of like the scenes is really good," and I was like, "Man, I don't know if I can trust it." And watching it, I was like, "Okay," and like the fighting was realistic, like even like when they started making the forest ablaze, and they were like, "He's crying, so the oxygen's gonna lower because of the carbon dioxide poisoning," and
Right.
I was like, this is smart. Like he fights smart. They all fight smart, and just like you said, storytelling. The storytelling of them, they're how they're adapting as characters, and then the major cliffhanger at the end. It's just like the you seeing that people live there.
Awesome, man.
Yes, it's just like from 1 minute to another. I was just like, I remember I was watching it, and I was doing something on my phone. I was making a short for YouTube, and I literally had to pause it, finish the short, and then rewind back because I was like, I do not want to miss anything of this. And it was just so good from beginning to end. It had key moments, and like you said, we saw people vulnerable. We've seen don't get a favorite character in this anime as of right now because clearly
Yeah.
nobody's safe.
Renji was
Yeah,
my favorite one, and I was like, besides Gabimaru,
yeah.
right? Renji was my favorite one, and then he died. I was like, oh, never mind. I'm never gonna do
Well, yeah.
that again.
And it's like I'm like, yeah, no, I gotta man, it's just such a good anime. Like the artwork, the storytelling, and we still don't know much about anything. It's kind of like they're still on the barely going on the island. They're still barely talking about finding the elixir and this and that, but it's and you still have nobody's not everybody's met up with each other yet. A lot of people are still in their
No,
own little groups and everything. And so you get stories of different
everybody's
sides
like,
of different people.
yeah. I mean, they're still
Yeah.
on the whole left and right side of the islands. Like, it's kind of weird because like they all on boarded together, right? Or did they all go in separate ways?
I want to say they all went on different boats, but
Yeah,
then
to
you
get there,
I think they went on a big boat because didn't they try to on the last episode they tried to get back to the boat and then they couldn't make it and they went on
right?
that little boat or something. So maybe, but I mean, in the end, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of confusing because
Yeah, it's kind
they
of
didn't really
confusing how
say
they
on
got
that. Yeah,
separated like that so
yeah,
bad. So they were fighting against Roku Rota, it's his name. So man, and I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't, but his character, I've seen it before, and they throw it in the comments if you recognize his character because they've done this before, and I don't, man, for the life of me, I can't think of what it was. I either in a video game or it was in an anime that I've seen back in the day. But yeah, so after they defeated him, they meet up with Yuzuhiriha and Senta, which Yuzuhiriha was the kunai girl and Senta was the her executioner. And that being said, they get in there, and I had to look it up because I couldn't tell Adam and Eve character or something like that. But it was actually turned out to be two females. So I was like, "Oh dang, man!" I was like, "This is some anime, bro. This is some anime."
yeah. They
So, man, and then we get a whole list of Gabimaru's like ninjutsus too, like all of his like fight patterns. And that was really really well done. I like that. Like it kind of like how can you explain all of his martial arts,
yeah
without showing all of his martial arts, right? And they just like basically they were like, do. And that was pretty smart of them to get that in there. And then now he could just pull them out of a hat. And we don't have to worry about like, oh man, does he know how to do this? Does he know how to do this? But you're right. When he did his Nippon Hiboshi, which is the fire. He sets himself ablaze and then he starts knocking all those things to choke him out. I mean, once again, man, that's tactic number one. I mean, we could really tell he looks like he's 12, but he's really like, a tactical
Yeah.
genius, because he dissected real quick that he wasn't going to be able to take this guy out. Not one, not on himself, and two, not even by running. So they knew they had to take him down right then and there. So that being said, man, you give it, man. I said it earlier, 4.9 in my book. I straight away thought it was like one of the best episodes, and we still got Demon Slayer tomorrow, which it looks like it's still ramping up. Everybody is like, you're gonna love Demon Slayer. This episode is it's supposed to be really, really good. And I know I'm hyping it up, and then it like turns out to be a fart, but I don't know. So that being said, I think so far this is one of the good ones uh of the year, of the month right
Sure.
now. Like
Yeah.
this episode right here, man, had it all for me.
I think 4.9 for sure is like close to a 5. I mean, we don't like to give perfect on here because there's always something. But yeah, for
Right.
sure, 4.9. I mean, even the way that they go flashbacks, every time he's about to fight somebody, that's a small flashback. They don't overdo it. And it's just, all right, some of his story go. Even her, some of her story go. And it's just beautiful
Yeah.
storytelling where it flows every single time. And the artwork, the fighting, and they always want you, they always have you wanting more of it. And especially this cliffhanger right
Mhm.
here, like now you're like, oh, why did you leave me here? Like, and it's just a new character. Like we said, there's so many characters still that you don't know about. But then it's like, all right, we saw these guys fight. All right, let's go see what these guys are doing on the island. All right, let's go see what these guys are doing on the island. Let's see what
Right.
these guys are doing. And
Right.
it just leaves it for so many possibilities and stuff, man. I for sure, this is one of the top animes. If you have not been watching, you have to get on it right now because you're going to be left behind. And this is such a good one. Like, it's just,
Oh yeah, most definitely. If it didn't move up in the rankings this week to number one spot, like I said, we still got Demon Slayer
yeah,
out, and I'm predicting second or third in that list.
yeah,
If not second,
yeah. I could see that
it's third.
competing with it.
We already know what's
Yeah,
number one, and I can't even watch it, so I don't know.
yeah,
I haven't even looked it on my other website to go watch it because
yeah.
I'm not really thrilled, man. you know, but so that being said, Hell's Paradise. Two. Is it five? No, six. Episode 6, Heart and Reason. Go watch it. It's a great one. It is the tomahawk steak of our grill. It's the one that we're gonna let it sit there and cook nice and slow with a hot sear, reverse cooking it because this is gone. This is right here next to Jujutsu Kaisen. This is and Demon Slayer. Those three right there. Ah, man, they're taking over TV. They're gonna take over TV.
Yeah.
I guarantee you. So that being said, Hell's Paradise, go check it out. And that one ends our Saturday. That's it. I know we gave you a lot. It's a lot of talking, a lot of things, but I think you're gonna really love it. A lot of episodes to watch. We watch them for you so we can catch you on a recap. But we always encourage you to go watch and support these guys because how we can get better anime, manga, better storytelling. One Piece came out tonight, which makes it difficult to talk about it when we're recording at this late at night. But it's like not that late.
Yeah.
So Nick is the man. I tell you, it's not me. Nick is the man. He's gonna watch it for you. He's gonna give you the breakdown. We had some good conversation, but what we can talk about is that you mentioned about One Piece, how they're increasing the budget for this episode. Was it? That's what it was.
So the next 6, 7 episodes, when Luffy finally goes to Gear 5, his Sun God mode, they're they're going to increase the budget to make the animation up to par with Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen. Is from what they're saying, and I mean we were talking about it off of camera that he basically said they have to, like, they have to keep with the times. And I've noticed if you watch One Piece from back in the day when it started on, it looks like Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho and all these other ones, and then they changed it, and then they changed it again to Wano Arc. Wano Arc's a different art way, and so it's changed over time. So my guess is this is the new way. This is going to be the start of it, which I figured because this is a key moment of One Piece. This is supposed to be like in the manga itself. Like I just saw that everywhere, but when he goes God mode and pretty much beats the guy that nobody could kill in the whole anime, it's like that solidifies him. And so going forward, it's all wars after this. And so I was like, okay, they're gonna have to raise their budget up for these fight scenes to compete with Demon Slayer, Jujutsu, Hell's Paradise, freaking even ones we've talked about, Bleach looked like they updated their budget for that. Chainsaw
Mhm.
Man did theirs. So keep with the times if you're gonna keep it up.
Well, Bleach, I have to honestly say, it was the biggest disappointment. Thousand
Yes.
Year War art. I thought they were gonna condense a lot of it to make it like, oh dang, yeah. Well, at least run 20 something episodes all back to back, like they're doing with Vinland Saga, right?
Yeah.
Like run just the whole 20 something episodes back to back, so we're like, oh, really engaging. But cut it after like I think what was it, 11 or 12. So let's not get to that one, but what I was also saying too was the break and the hiatus that I think they're coming to that crescendo where they're gonna have to eventually break, and that's the way it feels like from the things I read about it. So now I don't watch it, but like I read all things anime, right? Like everything.
Yeah.
So I know a little bit about everything, right? And like you mentioned, and I didn't hear it from his quote, but I heard it from like producers and stuff like that of One Piece, where they're like, hey, we're working on the movie and then we're spending our time on the movie. So they were going to pull him from, the anime and the manga to start helping out on the movie because I think they're coming to that portion where they're finalizing scripts and everything like that because it's supposed to be like totally 100% Japanese ran movie for One Piece. So it's like Netflix is providing is the studio and the money. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is coming out of One Piece's garage. You know what I'm saying? Like studio is what I should say.
Yeah.
So it's like everything. The directors are coming out of there. The artists are coming out of there. The like the consultants, everything, they're all coming out of the one. I forget which One Piece company it is. It's slipping my mind, but it's their studio that's gonna be basically making the movie. Like what you see on the anime
Yeah.
is like what they said is what you're gonna get in the movie itself. So with that being said, that thing about it, so I told you, man, I think it's gonna take a long hiatus after this art. I think it's gonna be probably about a 3-year hiatus, man. You're
And I,
probably not gonna get anything out of One Piece, man.
yeah, and that's why I've been on the manga. I'm already ahead. I know what wars are coming, but it's coming to an end. Oda said it. He goes, when you see Shanks come out continuously, you know that One Piece is ending. And right now, that's we got a movie. It did amazing. And who was the key guy? Shanks. And now in the manga, we're getting Shanks' story and Shanks this and that. And so it's like, okay, we're getting to the end of it. And so I could see a big hiatus, honestly, though, because I think what it was a few weeks back we did one, and they were like on a hiatus for about 3 4 weeks because people were passing out and people were like they couldn't catch up. And so I mean, mangas are always going to be ahead of the anime because they have to animate that.
Right.
So I mean, as a manga fan, I'm okay with it because I'll just read it and I can watch it later. I mean, when this happened with Luffy in the manga, when he turned into this guy right here, it was almost a year ago because I was in Cancun. So it was like, oh, cool. Like, all right. And now I've been waiting this whole time and I'm barely going to get it a year later. So it's like, I understand it. Do I want it? No, but hey, it
Yeah.
happens. There's other animes. Gives people some time to catch up if they want to jump on that train. Good luck. Like, but yeah, I'm
Which
okay with it.
you referenced it? You referenced it twice now. What movie is the one with Shanks in there?
It's called One Piece Red.
Oh, Red. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the one I thought. I thought you meant like another live action one. I was like, I don't
No, no,
remember
no, no.
them
That's
making a
the
live
no,
action
no.
one.
This was the one
Yeah.
that came
So you're
out.
talking about Red. Yeah, you're talking
Yeah,
about
Red. Yeah,
Red. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Now that
Because
makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
because most of the movies don't tie into the anime. It
No.
felt like the first one that did, because
Yeah.
there was a moment I didn't watch the movie first, and it had the main character of this one in there, and I was like, what is it? I was like, what is this? And I was like, this is the movie. And it tied
Mhm.
into the movie. It was episode, movie, and then episode, and then it went on to
Oh,
what we need to. But the
gotcha.
movie ties into what's going to be happening going forward, because you've never seen Shanks's crew really. Like, you see him, but you never seen him fight. You never seen him do anything until now. And so that's why everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, like we're finally getting him." But bittersweet, because once we get him now, we know it's ending. But it can't go forever. It has to end at some point. So it's like,
Well, I thought he said. I thought he said that. Maybe I'm mistaken. Like he's not soon, is he?
no, no, no. This is what he's calling the One Piece like scene. There's so many characters still that are in play. There's
Okay.
so many different wars that got to happen, because you have Luffy and his crew now that have reached the pinnacle of it all. But then you also have the Marines, you have the world government, you have the Celestials, which are at the very top, which are pretty much the untouchables. They treat everybody like trash if you're not royalty. And then you have Luffy's dad and the Revolutionary Army with his stepbrother Sabo. And so there's just so many different things. And you have Blackbeard, which is pretty much his arch enemy. But then you have like other pirates that are still in play that you don't know much about. You have different islands. There's so much stuff that still needs to tie in, because it's just different things. Like, you feel like it. Okay, we cut off this, and then boom, these five guys from the past join together, and boom, now they're a new thing, and you're like, oh, where the hell does this fit in at? Like, and so it just feels like there's so much. But like, when he does say like, the ending's coming, like, that could mean like in 3 years from now that the ending's coming. So it's like, it's
Oh,
just, I
okay,
mean,
gotcha.
yeah, but he did say he's there was a moment where he said, so the war that everybody talks about is the Marineford War. That was like amazing. Like, Whitebeard versus the Marines. Luffy's, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, his brother dies. That was the war where his brother dies in. And but the war is amazing. Like, all a bunch of pirates versus navy, like just hardcore, just people just killing each other, fighting each other. Like, you see like all types of powers going at it. Feel like an X-Men scene kind of thing. And
Uh-huh.
he said that war right there is going to not amount to anything compared to the war that's coming up later on that he has written. And so it's just like, okay, because that war was nice, like, but it was very emotional. Like, I put like that war of seeing like Luffy when his brother passed away, I put it up there with like Naruto making me cry. Like, some of these moments where I'm like, oh snap, like you hit me right there. Like,
You like hit me right there.
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, man, I mean, it's exciting things for it. I mean, I can never get into it. It's 1,081 damn mangas, like our anime episodes or whichever one. Oh, chapters. There we go. Chapters.
Yeah, chapters. There's
Um,
a lot of them.
so I threw it out there in a search, longest running mangas, right? You know, One Piece isn't even in the top 10.
But it
You
always
would think, right? You
yeah.
would be like what? Like, is it like it isn't even like maybe top 4 or 5? Oh, let me filter out this and then I'll tell you. So ooh, other way. Yeah, man. So so it doesn't even scratch the top 10, right? And like longest running mangas, it's number 22.
Wow.
Yeah, right. That's what I was like. Wow. Let's go like how many chapters, right? So you got to be like 1081. You got to be like, oh man. So it is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's 19 on the list of longest chapters. Like, as many chapters, right?
Yeah.
Uh, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. The longest chapter running manga, right, is Little Rascals Kobukan. It has 13,353 chapters. That's the longest running chapters.
Wow.
Uh Longest running ongoing has not ended, right? Because I think One Piece has an end date on there. No, it's ongoing. Okay. Ongoing, longest ongoing manga. And it don't even have a lot. It's it's only 566 chapters. Is I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called Gogol, Golgo, Gogol 13. It's an assassin anime manga.
Yeah.
It's an assassin. Go check it out. Like I'm telling you, Nick, go check it out. It's like
Yeah.
super. I don't want to use the word, but super like a James Bond type of thing, but like one step above it, right? Uh, Dude, it's been going on since October of 1968, and then it restarted itself. Like took, I guess it took a break and came back June of 1973. So that's how long that has been going on, you know? So One Piece is definitely up there, right?
Yeah.
But you would think that it would be like in the top 5 or something, right?
For as much hate as it gets for it, I would have thought it was up there, but
Like, don't get me wrong, 1997, One Piece came out when I was in 7th grade.
yeah.
Like, it's like, dude, that's a long
Yeah.
time.
And
But
we're barely seeing animes like we're seeing animes that came out at that time
yeah,
that are barely coming back. Oh, the internet.
I didn't even hear you.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, there we go. Oh, nope. Am I back? Am I
Yeah, you're
back?
back. Yeah. Yeah, you're back.
Okay, all right. Okay. I didn't catch the last thing you said. Didn't
No, I
catch
was
it.
gonna say we're it's weird because we're seeing like a lot of these animes from the 90s coming back now and like restarting or starting up again. And to think like, okay, One Piece is pretty much just kept going and everything. But I mean, I guess that's just why it's because it's been going so long and the others kind of took breaks and then restarted or this and that. But I don't know. I there's a lot of them from the past I still like. Yu Yu Hakusho, of course, Dragon Ball Z.
Right. Well, here's another one that is really good. It's Baki the Grappler, or Grappler
Oh yeah, I've
Baki.
seen that. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, that manga's been going on since 1991.
Man,
Yeah,
I wasn't
like
even born
that's
then.
interesting, right? Like you're like,
Yeah.
what? I didn't even know. Like you think you like you just came out, right? No, that thing has been out for a long time, you know. But like, oh, I can't wait to season 2 really did drop the ball. I'm gonna give it to that. The animators, they even admit to it. Like the animators, like, hey, we sorry about that. It really did drop the ball. But season 3, it says, or season 4, sorry, they said it's supposed to pick up and be really, really good. So, they
I'm
got some
hoping. I'm hoping.
yeah, I'm hoping too, bro, because they did it dirty on season 3. Or season 2, sorry, or season 3, season 2, whatever what it was. They did it dirty on that one. Yeah, but hey, guys, go check them out. But other than that, man, I think that's it, man. What do you got, Nick? Anything?
Nah, I don't get nothing. I'll save the rest of the food for tomorrow's podcast. Yeah.
That's it.
All right, guys, man. Appreciate y'all for coming, man. Make sure you follow us on all social medias: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube right here. Like, subscribe. Let us know exactly what animes you want us to watch. We'll be watching them for you. We got a lot of heat coming up in the summertime. We're going to be talking about that very soon. But check out our older videos, see what's been going hot, see what's not. And just let us know, man. If there's any questions about animes you want to know about, drop them in the comments. Me and Andrew go through them. We'll answer them on one of these for sure. We got you. But yeah, I think other than that, I think we're good. Grill's going down, fire's done, and we're out, guys. Have a good one. Later.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.